Hello and welcome to round 17 of the Nations Cup from Spa. We're here in this Group 3 category race. This time the weather is set to wet, so it's raining this time. Will join us for our qualifying session in this shortened version of my first race attempt, as I've gone out early to try and get some space, and the two drivers in front of me take each other out, so I've got one driver ahead of me way down the road and the rest of the drivers are a little way behind. So at the moment I can take it easy on my own as we skip to the end of the outlap and hopefully have my own race without being bothered or put off or distracted by drivers around me. So here we go. That's not the end of the outlap, actually, that's the actually end of my second lap, and I've recorded a time of 2:43.5, which at the moment has me in pole position, but there is still a good 5 minutes of qualifying remaining. Now I'm 3 seconds faster than the next place, Verdi 76, but of course that will change, I'm sure of it. There you go, Tato has already done a better lap, 1.3 seconds closer to me. So can I improve my lap time to stick with pole as we come up to the end of the first sector? Yeah, we're there or thereabouts, the same time as my previous lap. 200ths down, sorry, 100ths down. As we drop down the hill towards Rivage in the wet. These tyres, did a lot of practice laps in these tyres in free practice, and I worked out that between the wets and the intermediates there wasn't a massive amount of difference in what I could get out of them, but the wets did seem to last longer. So that's my plan, is to race in wet and see if I need to pit. There's no requirement to pit in the tyres. There's no tyre requirement, so if we can get through to the end in one stint, that's absolutely fine, whatever tyre we choose. As we come down now to the bottom of this circuit, the lowest part of the circuit, through turns 14 and 15. So here we are approaching 14, sorry, which is campus, and the lowest corner of the track, past the second sector time where I'm a tenth up now, only a tenth up, but it's up nevertheless, and through the lowest corner of curve Paul Frere. So I'm a tenth up on my best lap at this moment in time. Happened to be the best time of anybody through that second sector point. How are we going to finish this lap? Times in free practice have been solid mid 2:42s, as best I could manage in free practice in either tyre. As we cross the line, nearly a second up, 2:42.9. That's a good time. Sorry, 2:42.6, sorry, 9/10 up. Now Verdi improved his lap as well, and now so does Radier Gumi. But so far I'm 1.2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. So far so good. Can I improve further still in what will probably be this last lap of qualifying? We had 10 minutes to do from, and if you've got time to complete the lap, it will allow you to. Otherwise it will finish the race early, even if there's like a minute or two left, because it knows you haven't got time to complete your last lap. So I'm assuming this will be my last chance at trying to improve my time. Let's have a look and see. I didn't catch that sector time, so I have to wait down for the bottom of the track in that second sector timing point, see how we're doing. Come through Rivage. Sunrise, this is taking place at 6:30 in the morning. This race is set at the It's a dawn race. I always try and practice it in a lobby race or sometime at the same time in the same weather, so we've got all the same shadows and weather and any kind of reference points for my braking. I have to try and have different shadows different parts of the day, so there's no point practicing at 6 o'clock at night because all the shadows and everything will be in different places. But anyway, there aren't many shadows because it's very overcast and wet. As you can see, the spray from the rear wheels. Now we're coming down now towards the bottom of the track, so I will get an indication of how fast I'm going. I missed the first sector, but as we round this one here now, campus, we will get second sector time, and it's coming up now, and we are 7/10 up on the previous lap. That's brilliant. 7/10 up. Oh no, just lost the grip in the back tyres there. Maybe just put the throttle down a bit too early, and now in the wet, struggling a little bit to get the car going in a straight line again. So that is my lap ruined, and I suspect, yes, so that's the end of my lap ruin. I'm waiting for everyone else to finish their respective laps now. My lap was ruined, that was the end. Didn't get a chance to compete another one, so now I'm just watching everyone else cross the line, watching for any movements down below, see if anyone can beat. I've still got Radier Gummy in second place, so there we go. Welcome to the race from Spa. If you've skipped qualifying, we'll be looking at the grid shortly. So it's 6:30 in the morning, Spa in Belgium, on this wet, raining day. We have been set to racing. First time racing in the wet, no tyre requirements, and there I am in my pole position. Fantastic result in the qualifying. Radier Gummy was there in 10th from Germany, 1.2 seconds behind me, and Verdi 76 from Italy in third place. In fourth place from France we have Tato 1340, and in fifth from Spain Maruru 21. San 43Z from Russia in sixth, and from Italy Cry 3872 CRI. Eighth place, Sun Valvalvavu from Austria, don't know how to pronounce that. Rapaz 83 in ninth from Italy, easier name to pronounce there. In 10th place we have Fouguaz from France. Again, I apologise if these are pronounced incorrectly, as we see Rally 1963 from Germany in 11th. Ben Sloopkogel from the Netherlands in 12th, and behind him in 13th Johnny Leone from Germany. 14th place now Demasic from Russia also, and in 15th place from Germany we have Basinga 0582. 16th we have Zafersettin, and he's from Turkey. 16th, 17th Moronver from Italy. 18th Cryptic Minds 71 from the UK, and 19th place from Italy Zanti Fabio 1975. 20th place, bringing up the rear, the Green Templar from Germany. So here I am, I'm in first place, I'm in pole position. I will get round the bus stop chicane in auto drive, so I don't have to worry about negotiating that. I can just literally have my foot on the floor as we leave auto drive, and we get down to one on this rolling start. So the first corner, very important for me to keep this place alive. Got to pick my braking point as we see the airplanes flying overhead with the Belgium colours in their smoke. So where's this braking point at this slightly reduced speed from that different starting speed? So yeah, safely around the corner, as are the others behind me. Fourth has already dropped back slightly, so that was my main concern, the first corner. So we're in first place, we're doing well. We're doing very well as we head up through a Rouge. and onto the back straight. It's this back straight where any penalties that are gained throughout the lap will be served. You'll see the yellow markers shortly. There you go, that's the yellow marker there. That's where the penalties will be served. And so far so good in this wet and tricky conditions. So many times in free practice did I spin off, and even at the bottom of the track in Curve Paul Frere did I spin off in my 4th lap of qualifying. So something to bear in mind as we go through this race. Got to keep my wits about me. Was second placeman tried a different line through there? Was it a different line, or did he just run a little wide into the braking? But so far so good. Looks like everybody is still fairly in their running order, more or less. There's no massive spaces opened up yet, although there's a slight one behind 3rd place and probably a bit more on the entry to Huon. Oh, as Radier gets a jump on me, coming alongside me, but I've kept the inside. He's kept the inside, but he's still alongside me and he's got the inside. Oh, and I've lost 2 places in that corner. I lost the inside line and Radier followed Verdi through. So now I'm down in 3rd place. 4th has gained the battle. There is a bit of a gap, as you can see, to 5th place. So I've lost my 1st place. So far I'm in 3rd. I'm doing okay. I'm quite happy at the moment. My race is clean. So it's an awfully tricky race. If I can get through 11 laps without making a mistake, then I'm going to finish in a fairly respectable position, wherever that may be. As we head up now to the bus stop for the end of lap 1. Heavy braking zone. And again, all safely through there. You've got to be so careful braking behind a car in front that you don't brake too late and ram him. You don't want to brake too early and lose the space to the car behind you. Very tricky, but safely round. And as Verdi drifts around that corner, a bit of understeer into the corner and loses it a bit with his slide. He managed to hold it, and he managed to. No, he's lost 1st place on the exit as Radier goes through down the hill into 1st. I'm still 3rd with Maruru 21 right behind me. He's got a good exit there as well, like that. As we all head down this back straight, Kemmel Straight it's called. So any changes down here, any slipstream help? I'm looking down the little look around the inside. Oh, this 4th place. Maru's gone wide a bit there. Very wide, lost his position. Well, he didn't lose his position, he kept his position. He's actually still on my tail despite losing it on that corner and having to go through the little speed humps. So we're all racing fairly evenly together at the moment on this 2nd lap of an 11 lap race. And like I say, I'm just where 4th has dropped off slightly. In fact, where's he gone? He's gone completely Maruru. He's gone down to 8th, must have had another off. Now got San 43 in 4th, but he's a little way behind at this current stage of the race. As you can see, the top 3 of us there having a fairly decent gap now. And there you can see 4th just in the background entering the corner that we've already left. So far so good. As Radier just fishtails slightly coming out of that corner. So we come through campus on the way through to Paul Curve Frere, and I have now so far set the best lap time at that current point as I'm around the outside on the curbstones. Wow, what a move! I got a better exit from Curve Paul Frere, but I had to make a move around the outside on the curbstones to make it stick. Fantastic, yes! 2nd. Oh, I went a bit wide there though, in my eagerness. Now we're coming up to the bus stop chicane there, so the heavy braking zone. Can I keep that 2nd place? I ain't. at the bottom of the track. Oh, a little wide there. I lost the grip at the back end there, so he's gained that second place back, but some good racing. Some great racing. Now that has allowed fourth place and presumably some of the rest of the cars to catch up a bit. Slightly closer now as we head down onto lap 3. 2:48 that lap time. So we're still a good 4 or 5 seconds off my capable lap times set in qualifying as we head down the hill towards Eau Rouge for the 3rd time. What a good race. Please let me keep this up. I've got 9 more laps to go, and every lap, every corner I come to, it's, am I going to get it right? Am I going to get it right? Am I going to spin? Am I going to be able to hold it? Am I going to lose it? So far so good as I get a good slipstream down this Kemmel Straight. Am I going to get a look down the inside? Oh, I did have a look. Slight contact made. But we're all safely through, and yet I've lost, distracted into the entry to that turn, and I've had to use the escape road to rejoin the track. And I've lost that 3rd place and now fallen back into 5th. There were a little unforced error there. Got distracted with me braking zone turning points. So easily done, so easily done in the race conditions, and especially with these weather conditions. But I'm still a respectable 5th at the moment. I haven't too much damage. I'm sure I can make something back in this race if I manage to avoid that kind of error again. We know we've got time in the bank, in the laps, can go quicker. So 5th now on the 3rd lap. What's going to happen from here on in? Tyres are looking okay at the moment. There's no significant wear on the tyres. If you look down the little logo underneath the race picture, you've got your tyre wear, where the top of those white bars will reduce and be replaced by red as they wear out. We've done 2.5 laps, so we're coming up to quarter of the race, and we've still got 3/4 of fuel left. I don't think fuel's going to be an issue at all. So coming up to the bus stop chicane to complete the 3rd lap. Really sure if I've gained or lost anything in that last half of the lap, but certainly the top drivers are now close up. Now we've got even back up to 7th, are fairly close, as we see 8th just rounding the final corner in the background. Steady round the source. Someone's got a small penalty further up the field. Didn't quite see what or why, how much. This Eau Rouge corner is tricky at the best of times, but in the wet, even trickier, although ironically it's not a place I've lost it. I've only really lost it in anywhere other places on the track, but so far I've never lost it, even in free practice coming out of Eau Rouge, which is a blessing. So we're going faster again so far, and that's 1st sector. I think we might be gaining slightly on CRI 38.72 from Italy, who's just at the back of the leading pack. And again, there's 7th place, so we're all kind of running fairly evenly, the top 7 of us. There's a gap down to 8th. And 6th has gained a little bit on me there, as I seem to have lost a tiny bit of ground. Indeed I have now lost a bit of ground. The top 4 just given Guaz and France a chance to catch up, so now I've got pressure coming from behind. You can see in the lap times at my 3rd lap with that little off at the end of the back straight was a 2:51. So as we pass sector 2, so yeah, I'm 2.2 seconds up on my best time, so we're looking at 2:46s, which if I can hold that together would be a bit better. I've now pulled away again slightly from 6, so a little bit less pressure, still plenty of concentration required though. As once more we head up now. It looks like 3rd and 4th place, battling themselves, are actually slowing each other down a little bit. So is that going to help us make any inroads up the field again? You always kind of get a concertina effect where the cars kind of close up in the braking zones and then expand that back to the natural spaces during the acceleration out of a corner, especially in the hard braking zone corners. Concertina effect, but again in this replay camera mode we don't get the gaps. We can see the visual gaps, and at the moment that's good enough. We can see we're fairly even between 4th and 6th place with the gaps, but we're not really getting much of a benefit from the tow down any of the straights. 2:44 lap 4 was. As I crossed that line I'm going 2/10 quicker again, so this is kind of the lap times I expect to be having, and they're the ones I need to be consistent with if I can do better in the race. So now we can see we're right in the back of Cry now, Cry 38.72, right in the back, and indeed even, oh look at that, the first 6 all in the same shot there. No, sorry, the 2 to 5th, the leaders pulled away slightly. There's 5 cars here all battling for 2nd place. 7th has dropped off a bit, the back wrap has. So 2nd to 6th all running around through the Huon. At the same place as Cree goes wide. Cree's gone wide a little bit, which has put me up to 4th, and he's even gone wide again out, exiting Huon, just dropped him back down to 6th. That's a shame for him. I feel for him. It's so easy to do. I'm surprised myself I haven't done it yet, but despite my sweaty hands I am managing to hold on for the time being. As a little bump from Verdi as I look down the outside. I almost got a cleaner exit there, but just couldn't afford to put my foot down too early and spin. But he has gone a little wide there. So now we are side by side coming out of curve Paul Frere, but again he's just managed to hold on. Oh, this is some good racing from everybody here so far, so clean. No penalties really awarded for any collisions as he puts his tyres over the grass there, and again wide on the exit. How's he managing to keep ahead of me? Really careful into this heavy braking zone again. So there's 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and even 7th is caught back up again, Rapaz. Oh, battle there for 3rd place has allowed Radier just to pull away slightly as we head up, braking for La Source. Oh, and I got the inside line, managed to get in the inside line. Now we're neck and neck going down towards Eau Rouge. What's going to happen here? Oh, wow, we are neck and neck. I've just edged it. I've just edged in front, which means he should, yeah, he's backed off. He's given me the position going through Eau Rouge. He's even sliding round the corner. Oh, and he even looked like he cut the corner slightly there as well. And indeed, yes, I think he did, exiting Eau Rouge into Radion. Cut the corner ever so slightly. So easy to do in that one. It's a blind apex in that corner. And unfortunately, he's picked up half a second penalty. So it does give me a tiny bit of a breather as we head through sector 2 on this 6th lap. So pressure, a bit of bullying maybe. He's taken up pressure, and he's had an unfortunate couple of corners, allowed me to gain and then pass through the inside of La Source. So 3rd place. Halfway through the race now, 5.5 laps complete on this 11 lap, so we're halfway through. Tyres don't look too bad. I've got a little bit of wear, you can see on them. So far, we're still setting some good lap times. We've pulled away from third place, who indeed has got a penalty as well. And we're fairly close to second as we've now settled down in a hopeful kind of 244 consistent lap time. Keep that up, we will do good in this race. Now heading down to the bottom of the track through campus and heading out through Curve Paul Frere, which, as you know, I had an off in qualifying. Oh, lost it again. No, if I correct, no, I haven't held it. No, that's exactly the place I lost it in qualifying, albeit after I'd set a pole position, and now I'm just, I can't even get the power down in the straight. Oh, come on. 7th, come on, keep it. You see, you look at me slow enough, but it's so hard to get the power down evenly and keep the guy in a straight line. God's sake, no 8th, no 9th. Oh my word. As I have to let 10th go through, I'm ghosted out and greyed out just to stop tamping. So, oh no, I'm 3rd to 10th in one corner. Damn it. It's hard at the best of times to get your foot down and get going again from a standing start, but in the wet it's so much harder. And that was awful. That was, I don't even know what happened there. Obviously it was a mistake on my part exiting the curve, as it loses it almost a little bit there. But that's how easy it is. But if only I'd have held it a little bit better and managed to get on with my race a bit sooner and easier and quicker. Oh, that was awful. 3:14 for that lap. Good 30 seconds lost in that corner complex, and I'm still running in 10th. Now that's really lost me mojo, that has. Now I've got it all to do again now. Got it all to do. Oh, as I run wide through. Oh no, I run wide through a route and I lose it myself coming out of there. Oh, so in the space of a couple of minutes, and I can't get it back on the track again now. Look like the oh dear, my word. Oh, so another 5 places lost in that corner. So we've literally had 2 awful corners in the last couple of minutes, and I'm down in 15th place. Oh dear, oh my word. Well, that's my race pretty much over with. There's no way I'm going to gain on the leaders now, even if the rest of the race is good. You know, I'm just too far back. Look at the map icon now, how far away I am from 14th. Yeah, that's not good at all. So it's going to be a lonely race finish now. Very lonely race with not much to show for it. And of course that's shattered my confidence as I enter those corners again. It's maybe even worse than the tyres, so I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised, I know what happens, but you'll see me pit at the end of this lap. I've nothing to lose now. I've got a good gap behind me. Oh, I lose it again. So that good gap I had behind me is about to be closed. Oh dear, dear, dear. So I'm coming around Curve Paul Frere where I lost it. So within that last lap, I've had 3 offs. Oh, gingerly, come on there. See, now it's shattered my confidence coming out of there now. Really taking it too easy. I've still got a bit of a gap down to 16th, but no way on earth will I catch 13th and 14th, even if they're pitting. You can see them pitting now, they've gone into the pits, but they'll probably be even out of the pits before I get there. The different tyre strategies they're using, one intermediates, one wets, and here we go, come into the pits. Oh dear, dear. Now I'm right at the end of this long pit lane. So, and I do actually, the pit drivers do actually disappear off the map while we're in here. So as suspected, I've lost 15th, although he's having to negotiate the source. So where am I going to come out? Yeah, I've just come out behind. Yeah, behind him there. So I'm down in 16th. Well, 15th, 16th. Not really. Nothing to shout home about either of those places. So I've nothing to lose from here on in. As now gingerly, and there we go. So I didn't do much in that race, so we skipped to the end of the race now to show you home the leaders. Well done to Sans 34, who wins the race. Good race there, 30.5 minutes, and Radier and Fugaz come through second and third, and Cry respectfully finishes in fourth after his couple of offs he had. Cryptic Minds, now I'm sure he was somewhere near the back of the grid to start with, so he's had a great race. Rapaz comes through in sixth, and the Zaffa set in, and Moronver from Italy complete the top 8. So here I am. I've made up a couple of places through pit stops, or well, I think one driver went off a little bit, but here I am coming home in 14th, and sure enough I didn't even get to finish the race. So a disastrous finish to what was a really promising race. 11 points gain. I can do better than that. I will try again. So please join me for race 2, see how I do in that one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking to the end.